What is going on, YouTube? It is your guys, man. We're back with a weekly live video, and we got some things to get into. So make sure you guys tune in. YouTube, welcome to the live stream of the SBS Super Bias Sports. A place where a fan can be a fan no matter how biased their take is. I'm one of your hosts on tonight, Big Hude, aka Joe Burrow World. It's your boy B-Rob, man, and I got my boy with me. I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
What up? It's tea time here. Y'all know how we get down on these Tuesday nights.
Yes,
sir. Have some fun. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Well, now that the Super Bowl is over, it's officially off season, and we're getting back into that off-season mode, which, if your team has been out of the running for a long time, this is your time to change the roster. This is your time to add new players, see some new spice that's going to go into the league. It's going to be interesting to see over the next couple of months because, as we know with the NFL, there's really no off-season because we talk about NFL every week, even when the guys are not on the field, right? And just today, your boy Derek Carr gets released from the Las Vegas Raiders. Boy Derek Carr gets released from the Las Vegas Raiders, and literally, it was one of those moves that he tried to get that bag, and they said, "Nah, son, this is not how it's gonna work." You don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, so for anybody that doesn't know anything about Derek Carr, he does have a no trade clause in his contract, whereas he also has to agree to the team that he's gonna go to. He was recently having meetings and speaking in person with the Saints. The Saints looked as though that they were going to be a strong suitor, but in order for them to get Derek Carr, they would have needed to make a trade for him, right? And that boy Derek Carr said he is not getting traded. And then today, right before the $40 million guarantee hit, they cut that boy. And they just suffered a loss that they know was gonna happen because, let's be honest, ain't nobody was gonna trade for Derek Carr when they know the Raiders ain't want to play him, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see what goes on for the next few weeks or so. In my opinion, I think Derek Carr may get signed within the next 2 weeks or so. Am I like crazy to think that it might be that fast?
Nah, I would say it's definitely gonna happen pretty soon. I think it's a lot of other moving parts that's waiting on this to happen. So it's kind of like the sooner he gets signed, the better. You got Arizona, who just got their coach, which we're going to talk about. But like, it's been a lot of things like that that's just been holding certain things up. So no, I would say it would be in his best interest and the franchise best interest to get him going as soon as possible, lock him up and do that. So, no, I think it'll happen pretty soon for sure.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think this was one of those moves where I wouldn't be surprised when he got the permission to go to New Orleans to have conversations with the Saints. I wouldn't even be surprised if in the official meeting, they talked about all of the things about how he could potentially maybe, influence the offense and all of these things, right? But I won't be surprised is once those doors were closed and the meeting was over, somebody pulled him to the side and was like, "Hey, if you just say you don't want to get traded, potentially try to get your $40 million back,
right?
Because we know it's only two teams that are interested in you, us and the Panthers. The Panthers, I think they're trying to draft a quarterback, and the Saints probably was like, "Hey, my boy, just say you don't want to get traded, and then they're going to cut you or they're going to pay you, which they don't want to pay you."
Yeah.
Reason why they let you sit them last two games.
And I think that for any other team, they like, if he get traded, we got to pay him this money.
Yep.
If he get cut, then we could just pick him up
Yep.
and negotiate a more realistic contract because,
Yep.
you know, is Derek Carr worth $40 million a year? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's some names up there, and he definitely wouldn't be one of them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that he's not good, but, you know, I think that's what the Saints' play was just like, yo, like, we want you, but you got to get cut first because we're not going to make that trade.
That's a fact. Especially since they just had to give away compensations from trades that they made earlier in the season, and then they finally got some compensation from the Sean Payton trade. So why backtracking then give stuff back? You know,
Right.
So it only makes sense to, you know, just take a chance because I mean, worst case scenario, another team goes to comes in for a trade and they trade for Derek Carr, which we already know there's not many teams that's about to do that, especially like with the way the draft is, with the young quarterbacks that's coming out. Most of the quarterback needy teams, they in position in the draft to draft a quarterback. So
exactly. So why give away picks when you can just wait for him to get? Because everybody knew this was going to happen. It was going to happen one way or another. So I never really thought anybody was going to trade for him just because $40 million is a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just pick him up, negotiate, and get him on a more team-friendly deal than he come over to my team and I owe him $40 million right off the rip. So that was definitely
right. And not even having him on a new contract, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So now that one right there is I mean, in my opinion, Raiders made the right move because the Raiders, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Raiders are 7th in the draft as of right now, and 9 out of 10. If you think about it, if you're who's their head coach name again? Former Patriot guy.
Is it McDaniels?
McDaniels. Yep. If you're McDaniels, you already kind of knew this year. You can look at Derek Carr as, okay, this is a guy that's on an expiring deal to me, right? So if I'm the head coach and I got Derek Carr on what I would perceive as an expiring contract, because I know that I have a chance to draft a quarterback next year, especially like around mid-season when you realize, our season is not going like how we planned. I'm in position to get a quarterback, right? So there's no reason why I'm not thinking about my future quarterback, which is going to keep my job for the next couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Because that was the best way to lock yourself into, if you're a head coach, other than your name is Urban Myers, what's the best way to lock yourself into a long-term deal with a team? You get a rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can kind of fall back on excuses like, well, this is a rookie quarterback.
Exactly.
Learn it. This is the NFL. It's not college.
And it's the new formula for longevity. Like you can build. I mean, you can see it. Like Philly was able, although they didn't get the job done, they was able to field a legitimate contention team around Jalen Hurts because he's not locked in to a big contract. Now, once he gets that big money, it's probably going to be a different story. But, that's the formula. So it makes sense.
Nah. And I fully expect, I like that, Charles. He said he's going to be a Jet. We definitely touch on that right now. I fully expect him to go to the Saints, though. One, because, I mean, think about it. This year, they got defense, right? It'd be in a better defensive situation than when he was with the Raiders. Devontae Adams, that I know a lot of it is more so on Devontae's ability, more so than just the quarterback that's throwing him the passes. Because we've seen him do some things that it didn't matter how garbage Carr was, making it happen, right? So I mean, he go into a situation with some nice young not rookies anymore, but like wide receivers like Chris Olave.
Chris Olave, beast.
Come on now, like Chris Olave. If he had a quarterback this year, easily winning Rookie of the Year over Garrett.
Sure. Yeah.
No shade to the Jets, but Olave is nice.
Yeah,
Olave is nice. So
what's his name? Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I think Mike is leaving though.
You think he's leaving?
I think Mike is out of there.
You think so?
I think Mike is out of there, man.
I have been hearing that. I just wonder if something changes because now they about to get a legitimate quarterback.
Yeah,
he might be a little bit more interested, but it wouldn't be bad.
Ran his course there though.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But they do got some receivers though. Traquan, they got him.
He got some wide receivers, y'all.
Callaway.
Yeah, I was about to say I even like Callaway. Now I know a lot of Saints fans don't like Callaway, but it's like a fringe third, maybe fourth option. He's a good depth piece, right? Because when he was just there before they drafted Olave, he had some nice plays. Like he had some nice plays throughout the season. So and then at the same time, he had Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton as his quarterback at the time. So it's like, come on, like no disrespect to them guys, but like they're not Derek Carr.
Yeah. No, Derek Carr. If you got them three in the room, Derek Carr is immediately the starter.
Yes.
Like he doesn't have to take a snap. They don't got to think about it. He's immediately the starter. So no, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I'm like I would definitely choose the Derek Carr over those three immediately any day. But it's gonna be interesting to see because like I said, the Raiders have the 7th pick, and right after the Raiders at 9, Carolina has a pick, right? So out of the quarterbacks that are in the draft, I can honestly see Will Levis, CJ Stroud, Young. Those are 3 quarterbacks that I think will be off the board immediately. By the time the Panthers come around, but there is still other quarterbacks.
Yeah. No, you're definitely right. No, it's a good amount. Plus, it's a handful of teams that need QBs. You know what I mean? So it's like, if it's me, do I want to build with a rookie QB or do I want to get somebody that's a veteran that's already been there? You know what I mean? So it's definitely options out there.
And if you're the Saints, you kind of want the veteran quarterback, right? Because you got a lot of guys that are up there in age on that defense, right?
Yeah.
Really, their youngest guys is on the offense, right? And maybe splatter here and there on the defense. But for the majority of the part, like, the Cam Jordans, even like the safety Williams that they just recently, which is, I like him. But I'm not saying he's young, but he's not old, but he's also not the youngest thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then on top of it, forget the older players, the younger players. You're in one of the easiest divisions right now. No Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Falcons don't have a quarterback, right?
Mm-mm.
And as of right now, the Falcons, they're sitting at, as of right now in the draft, the Falcons are sitting at 8. So if you're the Panthers, you're probably either trying to move ahead of the Falcons or you're just going to roll with the fact that, okay, Falcons going to pick a quarterback. We're going to pick a quarterback. It's going to be rookie quarterback for the Falcons, rookie quarterback for the Panthers. It's going to be either Derek Carr at the Saints, and then potentially another rookie or a young quarterback at the Buccaneers. Yeah. I like my chances if I'm the Saints.
No, for sure.
Definitely. He said, Charles said, but the Saints are strapped for cash being 45 million over the cap this year, but the Jets have Gary Wilson, a solid running game, though with great young defense. Now, I will say this. If you know anything about the Saints, for the last 10 years, the Saints has been in a cap peril. But one thing that the Saints do that no other GM does, he consistently kicks the can down the road and plans to pay for it later. I don't know how he does it, but every year their general manager and their league owner are like cap Houdinis, like they're cap musicians, because they've been over the cap. Go look at it for the last consecutive almost 10 years, and somehow they keep getting people to get there. They keep signing players, and they keep competing. So. Yeah. If it's one team that I can say I don't ever worry about their cap situation, it's the New Orleans Saints.
And that's also probably more the reason why they didn't make the trade for him. Right. Because if you lose Michael Thomas, that's a big chunk of the money gone, right?
Yep.
However that happens. Yep. So now you get Derek Carr and you don't trade for him. Now you get to negotiate so you can make it where he doesn't really start getting money until next year, you know what I mean, to avoid things. So it's ways around it, but I could also see him I could see him with the Jets. Again, they're a team that
Facts.
needs a veteran quarterback. So, I won't say that it's out of the question. Like, I don't think the Saints is 100% locked, but it seems like the strongest possibility right now.
Yeah.
But definitely, I
I
mean,
think honestly, I think the Jets is more worried about Aaron Rodgers though, because the Packers
that's
already
what I
made
was
it
gonna say.
known
He
that
won't
they
go to the
don't
NFC.
want Aaron Rodgers no more. So
Yeah,
he's really just going on his darkness retreat to see if he's gonna go to New York
How
or if
long?
he's gonna
I thought it
retire.
was supposed to be 4 days.
Nah, it didn't start yet. I think it started this week. It's gonna start this week. He was on Pat McAfee today.
All right.
So I think it was one of those. He's gonna make his last appearance, and then in the McAfee show, he ended to say, now going to darkness, right? So I think he's gonna start it this week. So
Okay.
I mean, I think honestly, it's either retirement or go to the Jets for him. I think
I think the Packers is done.
Oh yeah. I think the Packers already made it known that they want to get Aaron Rodgers out of there. I mean, let's be honest, man. The dude is a cancer to that team and organization.
Yeah,
the dude is a cancer. Like,
no, it's just time. I mean, it's like if this is him though. He's bringing all of this added unnecessary pressure.
yes,
Just make a decision and go. Like, just leave. You know what I mean? Like, you tried it this year, it didn't work. Just go somewhere else. You got two options: go somewhere else or retire. But stop dragging it on. This darkness retreat and all. It's just a selfish move by him to just keep getting more attention. And it's like, to me, I'm just kind of over all of it.
And that's a fact. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the best chances for me, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, to compete is with the Jets, because think about it. Vikings, they just got a new defensive coordinator, right? So their defense is going to naturally get better this year, right? And then their offense, you already can't compete with them. Even though you guys did beat them, 9 out of 10, they're not about to roll out Justin Jefferson with old Adam Thielen next year. So you can't bank your head on that, right? And then you got the Bears. Now, you can say the Bears is whatever. They're going to compete, and whether they finish at the bottom of the what's the name or not, so be it. But if you're the Packers, you got the Vikings and you got the Lions. The Lions ain't no joke.
No.
So
the Lions is coming.
The Lions is coming. Like, all them years of Aaron Rodgers just dominating the division, them days is over.
It's over.
Days is over. So
it's over.
I think him going to the he said Derek Carr, Brees Hall, and Garrett Wilson is a solid trio. Oh, facts.
That is.
Listen,
that is.
Brees Hall makes whatever quarterback that's getting the ball is good. Because when Zach Wilson was playing quarterback before Brees got injured, it was all right. Soon as Brees got injured, boom. Like,
down. Straight down.
It wasn't even no incline. The thing said boom.
No, that could definitely be nice. So
I like Brees Hall, but dude was hooping, bro.
I do. No lie, like, I traded him. I needed to trade him in Dynasty, but I wish as soon as I clicked accept, it was all regret from there. Like,
look, the worst thing about Dynasty is you're gonna see that trade. You're gonna see him next year, like,
exactly.
It ain't like how our other league is, where it's like, I made a trade, he got injured, I didn't think about it no more. Like, if he start going off,
I gotta live with it.
Dang, bro, I traded you last year.
I gotta live with that. Mean I just got to draft real good this year.
Oh, You see me, like, I got to draft real good because I put my future on Justin Jefferson, and it paid off. Like, it paid off. It paid off. So
big facts. Yeah.
But Charles also said he liked both options. He think that Derek Carr is a little bit better future with the Jets as far as long term. I agree with that.
Big time.
Then he said, but with the Saints, he can win a lot of games in the South. Two good things, which is,
and that's the thing. If you're Derek Carr, you've been in the league 9 years now?
Yep.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking like win now? Yep. Or are you thinking long term? Because that's really what he's got to weigh those options.
You know what? Another thing that I'm literally just thinking about. If I'm Derek Carr, why in the world would I want to stay in the AFC? Right? We're gonna talk about the quarterbacks that's in the AFC in a little bit. But why do I want to stay in the AFC where I can go to the NFC and potentially play on a better roster that's suited for me to win and compete? I can go in and win the division, which will automatically put me in a chance to win in the playoffs, right? Because when it comes down to it, playoffs is really just a game of chance. So if I can just get in, I could put it all out on the line. So
and look, Tampa made it to the playoffs with 8 wins, right? 9 wins
with a losing record.
So you know what I mean. You don't got to be great in that division. Like nobody else really got better.
Of it, if I'm the Saints, bro, we beat the Eagles already in convincing fashion, right? Even though they had a backup quarterback, it was everything else in that roster was going.
Yeah,
we were playing with we were playing with a bum Andy Dalton. Now just imagine if we get a better quarterback.
Yeah, no, for real.
So
no, that's real.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big though, because whatever he does, whatever Rodgers does, like that could be the other thing too. They could be waiting on Rodgers to make his decision, and then it could be because who else? I mean, you got Derek Carr, you got Rodgers, and then who else is really Brady?
The only quarterbacks out there is Lamar, and Lamar most likely gonna get franchise tag.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even.
Ain't nobody gonna don't know who. Not too many teams got a lot other than the Jets and maybe Miami. To give up the haul that's going to be needed for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, because Lamar.
That's a whole nother topic right there.
You got to give up the owner. You got to give up the stadium rights. You got to give up everything.
Rights and everything, bro.
Yeah, you got to give up everything and pay him. And pay him.
And pay him, yes, and pay him on top of that. So
that's big. That's big. So it's going to be interesting though, for sure. These next few weeks. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens and where people go. So that's dope.
That's a fact. Now, speaking of where people are going, got a lot of teams getting some new sergeants and generals and leading command. And around the league, there are a couple of new hires. And some of those hires I am thoroughly thankful and glad for, because just like my boy T-Time, we get to keep our best coach on our roster, our defensive coordinator. Now, look, shout out to Brian Callahan. Shout out to Zach Taylor. But let's keep it real. To all my Bengals fans, we know Lou Anarumo. It's Lou Anarumo, Joe Burrow, and maybe Zach Taylor. But Lou Anarumo and Joe Burrow, those are the two most important things on this team, bro. Lou Anarumo and Joe Burrow. And with all the hires that are today, that boy Lou Anarumo was a finalist for the Cardinals, but the Cardinals, they went another way, guys. So they went another way. So speaking of the Cardinals, we were just talking about the Eagles. The Eagles lose both offensive and defensive coordinator in 1 year of going to the trip of the Super Bowl. We didn't even get gutted like that.
I mean, I love it. But I hate it. Like, I hate that this is what the NFL is, man.
Yes.
Like, especially with coaches. You have 1 year of success and everybody wants you. And it's like, why can't you go find somebody else?
Exactly.
So, Eagles fans took a huge L in the Super Bowl and then lost two offense and defensive coordinator. Ugh. And got to pay Jalen the bag. Oof.
Yo, and not only that, they got about like 6 players that are potentially not returning next year. You got the CJ Gardners, right? You got a couple of defensive linemen. Like, they got a lot of people that's just not returning. Even the one cornerback, Bradbury. These is guys that's gonna want to get paid, right?
Yeah, well, some people is all right with Bradbury leaving.
It's some people. It's gonna be some teams that's gonna be out there looking for their services.
Yeah,
that might be willing to pay them 2, 3 year, 4 year deals that they may.
This is the thing. It makes sense though, right? Those coaches was like, "Yo, we out," because they built that roster to win the Super Bowl this year.
Facts. They did a Rams.
Once you pay Jalen, unless he take a Brady deal, once you pay him, you can't bring everybody back. You already got AJ. Right, you know you're gonna have to pay Smith sooner or later. You got to pay these dudes. So
once you pay your quarterback, you put a high amount of stress and dependability on your coaching staff to draft the right players. And them boys got to hit. Like them boys got to hit. Like in one team, I can say, and it pains me to say this, but the one team that did it and have done it, Kansas City Chiefs. Because soon as they paid Mahomes, they didn't take a step down. Clearly, 5 straight AFC Championship games at home. Literally drafting properly and developing. So soon as you pay that quarterback, You better have some good scouts out there, man. You better have some good scouts out there.
No, real good.
Yes, Charles, it was like a win for the Bengals. They kept the best defensive coordinator in the league. I agree with you on that one. That is subjective, though, but I agree with you on that one. The only guy that could stop Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and you know Andy Reid was hooping, and I'm hoping Anarumo was left. And look, that is a fact. Like, honestly, Charles, I thought that was going to be the reason why he was going to get a job, right? Because if you could stop Patrick Mahomes, other than this last game, Patrick Mahomes has been outplayed by Joe Burrow 3 times. He was outplayed by Jamar Chase in one game. Like, Jamar Chase legit had more receiving yards than he had passing yards. And it's all thanks to Big Lou, man. It's all thanks to Big Lou Dini, man.
Yeah.
So.
No, that was big.
Yeah. So as far as it goes, the Cardinals are finalizing a deal with former Eagles coordinator Jonathan Gannon to become their new head coach. And this is the last head coach opening of this hiring cycle. And if you guys know, I think it was last week, the Colts went and swooped up their offensive coordinator. So as far as it goes, the Eagles are now on the hunt for a new offensive coordinator and an defensive coordinator. And all the coaching jobs are filled in the league. Do you got a new head coach hire that you may be the most excited for? Or the one that you may be wanting to just see how they're going to do the best, or like, you know, how they're going to do?
D'Amico.
That's me too, right there. I'm right there with you.
D'Amico, like, I mean, so for me, right, it's kind of between D'Amico and Sean Payton, but really D'Amico, like, that Denver, I'm sorry, the Texans job, has been coach after coach after coach after coach. You know, D'Amico comes in from San Fran, who's been a solid franchise, you know, for a long time. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens over there. And, you know, I feel like D'Amico is the type of dude that he's like, yo, like, I'm coming here and I'm here to stay. Like, yo, I'm not coming here to play these games that y'all
to change things up.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like that's going to be real big. So him for sure. And, you know, my 1A would be the Denver hire. And like, I just want to see what happens with Russ. And that's mainly because of
that's a little bit biased right there. That's
because of my fantasy. Like I need Sean Payton to come and do like he did with Drew Brees when he first came over. I need that type of season.
That's a fact.
But, you know, it is still going to be interesting because Denver, a year ago, we were talking about Denver was a quarterback away from a Super Bowl. Now, fast forward, everybody's saying like, yo, Denver is trash. Denver's this. Then they got Sean Payton, and everybody's talking at the very least playoffs again. Maybe not putting them in the Super Bowl, but definitely, you know, they're looking at it's going to be something big. So those mine. Who you got?
Yo, it's crazy because we didn't even talk about this, and you didn't even know I was going to ask you this question, but I am like right there with you, right? So before I even answer, quick sidebar. It was on Twitter, it was a lot of Chiefs fans, right, that was taking digs at Sean Payton because he chose the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But then in my mind, I'm like, yo, he's coming to your division. Why in the world would he pick y'all? Like,
he had to.
He already said that Russ isn't even going to have his own separate coach. Like he's shutting all of it out.
He said they're not even allowed in the facility.
Yeah, everybody that's not a Bronco is on site for him. Like, but to go back to the question, so I'm right there along with you. My one is D'Amico, right? Mm-hmm. He's in a good position, man. He's going to get John Mechie back. You know, John Mechie couldn't play this year because he had leukemia. He get a speedy wide receiver from Bama, which we know them Bama boys, them wide receivers, they give work, right? Wide receivers give work. So he get a Bama boy back. And then 9 out of 10, he's going to get the quarterback of the future, right? So he's either going to get Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, or Will Levis, right? Now, he is going to be in a peculiar situation because, unfortunately, the Texans decided to win a game, and now they got the second pick instead of the first pick, right? Mm-hmm. So 9 out of 10, the Bears is going to probably trade back with the Colts, and the Colts is going to get their quarterback of the future. But it doesn't mean that the talent is sparse because with Bryce Young, I would rather not be first to pick the quarterback off the board just because Bryce Young is a small quarterback, right?
Right.
And if you get him and he don't hit,
If
it's
he
not gonna
Tua,
look good for you, bro.
if
I
he
would rather,
Tua,
I would rather, if I'm a new coach, I'd rather get a bigger quarterback, right?
yeah,
I'd rather get a bigger quarterback. So
yeah.
definitely D'Amico because I want to see the defense. Like I like the defense. We talked about in the past. I've already mentioned so many times about the safety that came from Syracuse, which ain't too far from us. So it's a little bit of I want the hometown guy to do good, and then
Yeah.
you still got the cornerback from LSU who was doing his thing this year, and literally you got Damian Pierce. Like Damian Pierce might be the best running back next year.
Yeah.
And then Laramie Tunsil, one of the best offensive linemen in the game, says he still wants to play in Texas. I think it's more so he loved Texas more. He loved Houston more than anything.
Yeah.
He loved Houston more than
no taxes. No taxes.
Yeah, that's a fact. So and then my 1A will be Sean Payton. And again, just like how you got bias reasons, I got bias reasons too. I need them to knock the Chiefs off. To keep it a buck, I need the boys. I want to see an AFC championship, not in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I just honestly think that if the Chiefs have to go on a road to win games, it's a different story, man. It's a different story, right? No matter how great Mahomes is.
It's going to be tough, though.
It's going to be tough, man. And boy, look, I got a lot of respect for the Chiefs as an organization. I may not like some of their fans, but as an organization, I have a lot of respect for the Chiefs. And yeah, Sean Payton will be my 1A because I want him to knock off the Chiefs, and it'd be nice to see a different team doing their thing.
Yeah.
So I love the D'Amico Ryan hire. He's going to have a solid defense in Houston with a good young quarterback. I like Steinchen as well for Indy. But, man, he has a lot of holes to fill on that coach team. That's a fact. I hope they just not end up in another that's another thing with the Colts is just like, if you move up to number 1, do you really draft Bryce Young?
Right.
Because your offensive line is not like how it used to be 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you bring in a small quarterback. That's like, I don't know, man, because you're going to be in a conference with the Colts, right? It's the Texans, the Colts, the Jags, and the Titans. The Titans, but they're getting healthy back next year.
Yes.
And when all them defensive linemen is healthy, Titans lead the league in quarterback pressure. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
So who you think is between Young and Stroud?
Yo,
like
you know what? I think what's gonna happen is a Zach Wilson effect is gonna happen, right? So remember when it was always Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Because Bryce Young is 6 foot, which I think they're lying. I think he's more like 5'10", 5'11", right? He looks little, under 200 pounds. As nice as he is, considering the deficiencies that the Colts have on that offensive line, I think Will Levis is going to be the number 1 overall pick. If the Colts move up, Will Levis, 6'3", almost 240 pounds. It's a big boy. Kentucky. I think Will Levis might be number 1, man. Like, and I just can't get over the fact of like, okay, you're gonna be in there with the Texans, who's gonna get better on defense. Their defense is already good, right? They just compete offensively. We seen what they did with the Chiefs game, right? And then you got the Titans. They're gonna get back healthy. Landry, all them boys, they're not gonna be injured going into next year, right? And then you got the Jaguars. We rocking with Duval in here, and they only gonna get better, right? So you're really gonna walk in with a 5'11" quarterback, under 200 pounds, and your offensive line is kind of crap. If you're the coach, I think Will Levis going number 1. That's my hot take. I think Will Levis is going number 1. Like, I would be surprised if they talk him up and Will Levis go number 1.
No, it's possible. It's definitely possible, man.
Yeah.
That's I like Stroud though. I really like CJ.
You got Will Levis, you got CJ Stroud, and then you got the quarterback from the Gators. Those are the top 4 quarterbacks in the draft. So
I like Stroud. I really like Stroud though.
Yeah,
I like him.
I like Stroud too. But come on, When was the last time we had a successful Ohio State quarterback, though? You know, that's
I was just thinking that.
That's the only thing. Like, that's why I'm like hoping that Justin Fields, the Bears, they get some weapons. I'm hoping Justin Fields pans out because he said, "Let's talk about who won the Super Bowl." Look, that's my cousin, and I don't think my aunt gonna want to see you saying that because she an Eagles fan. If she see him, it might be out of sight.
Listen, they lost the Super Bowl and half their coaching staff, man. Bro. Philly ain't looking too good. They
ain't looking
going
too good over there in Philadelphia.
I definitely did. Yo, listen, they let me out of Facebook jail, man. So I came in,
facts.
I came in real hot. I had to catch up with them, and they still got me on some light restrictions because Facebook is ridiculous like that. But you know, I had to post to talk my junk. I had to make sure I wasn't sure if Philly won the Super Bowl or not. So I wanted to ask my people, see if they had any answers for me. Do you think?
All right, real quick, people. Real quick. I want you guys. I will be dropping the link in the chat. B-Rob, will be dropping the link in the chat. I do want to make sure you guys are aware of the SBS NFL Pick'em League, where we make weekly game picks. The scores will be tallied in app, so you don't got to worry about, communication with somebody. You do it all on your own. And as you can see, with first place, second place, and third place, you will receive a prize. First place gets an NFL team jersey. I'm going on 2 years back-to-back winning. I just know the game of sports. I just know who's going to win or not, right? And then second place, you get a team NFL shirt of your choice. And then third place, you get an NFL hat of your choice. So make sure you guys, I will be dropping the link in the chat. Make sure you guys click that link. And as of right now, you don't even have to pay. All you have to do is enter your email address. You will be you'll be put in a list of emails that will be communicating, but you will also hear us talking about the SBS Pick'em League more and more as we get closer to next season. But like I stated, all you're going to have to do is just got to pick your picks. You ain't got to worry about who's going to score more or whatever. If you think the Giants is going to win, pick the Giants. If you think the Raiders is going to win, you pick the Raiders. And as soon as the game starts, your pick is locked in and everything is tallied in app. Like I said, I will be dropping the link, and all you got to do is click it, put your name down on the email. And as you get your emails, we'll be sending out another link later for you to actually sign up and pay, because it is $10 to join. Ain't nothing in life free. Ain't nothing in life free, my guy. Just got to make sure I put that one out there.
Yeah, because you see Eddie over here. He said free.
I see my cousin said, he said free. I'm like, it's not like that, man. Not like that. I love you, but it's not like that.
Yeah, right.
Think about it. If the stuff is free, you ain't gonna pick your picks. You're not gonna pick your picks.
No, you got to be invested.
Yeah,
$10. That's it. $10 for the whole season.
$10 for the whole season will give you a chance to win over $150 NFL jersey.
Yeah,
up to $60 NFL team shirt, whether it's a fleece, a hoodie, or whatever, or up into a $30 to $40 NFL team hat for $10. Like, come on, son.
Like one of these.
Come on,
fresh.
Son. Like,
fresh.
Come on, son. It don't get no easy. It literally does not get easier than that. So
this boy said $10 is a stretch, but I can put it in my budget.
Look, y'all, I'm dropping the link right here in the chat. All y'all got to do is click it, and then you just say, I want this. It's going to ask you for your email address. It's free. Make sure y'all put 0 in what you want to pay. Because if you decide to pay, that's up to you. This is not the official sign-up. This is not the official sign-up. This is just to get your email address so that way we can notify you when the official sign-up is going on. So make sure you guys click that link, sign up, because we want more people in the league. It makes it more fun. And who knows, man, we might get the winner on the chat showing their jersey, bro. Like, you might get the winner. As long as you're not a fan of a bum team, you can show your jersey. If you're a fan of a bum team, We just gonna send it to you. You just take a picture. We'll probably post it on Instagram and leave it at that. Like, if your team is kind of garbage, it might not be stream worthy, but we'll put it.
Hey, we let Bonnet get on here. He showed off his hat.
That's a fact. Yo, that hat that you guys see Bonnet wear is from this year. Like, he won 3rd place this year. Yo, he beat Pedro by 2 wins.
Really?
He beat Pedro by 2 wins.
Yo, did you have to pay extra for that hat? Because I know they had to get a big.
Oh, it's a snapback. So yeah, it's a snapback. So it fit his massive hat. Because if it was a fitted, I'd probably be like, yo, you're gonna have to go to the store and get your size first. Because we're not swinging and missing on this. We're not swinging and missing on this, and we don't got money to waste. Like, we don't got money. So.
Yo, so I picked this one up today. This is 7.5, right? I put a 7 5/8 on. Where it was like swimming. I was like, man, and I still think that's not big enough for Ramon. Like, oh man.
All right, man. Before we move to the next topic, Charles said, do you guys think Lamar? Do you think the Ravens gonna franchise tag Lamar and finally get him some help on the outside at the wide receiver of the draft? That's one thing I forgot to mention. The Ravens got a new defensive coordinator. An offensive coordinator. Yeah. The Ravens hired a new offensive coordinator. So I 100% think they're going to franchise tag Lamar Jackson with the hopes that he is going to stay to at least try this 1 year with the new OC. Now, the only thing, because they did get they plucked their OC from Georgia, right? Georgia Bulldogs, right? This is not his first stint. He's been in the NFL twice on 2 separate teams. So he has some experience, right? The only thing is, I don't know if Lamar is going to want to play on a franchise tag. So that's the only thing that I don't think is going to happen. But it's
ain't it close to 50 mil?
Yeah. It's up there. But I mean, and the biggest reason why I don't think he's going to play on a franchise tag is because he bet on himself this year. He got injured and they didn't pay him. So why would I do it again?
Yeah.
And they still not pay me, you know?
It's a risky move. See, Dan's asking the same thing. You think Lamar is going to play on the tag? If it's me, that's
50 million, bro.
Playing for 50. Like, I don't care if I got to play one game or I'm signing it and I'm getting that money. But it is risky though, man. It is a risky move for him. But it's like it's hard, right? You're in a tough position because you just don't know. We don't have enough information to really know where Lamar's head is. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what he wants to do. He seems like the type of dude that want to play. And I mean, 50 mil is 50 mil. Like
50 mil is 50 mil.
That's a quarter of the way away from that 200 that he's trying to get. So, you know, if it's me, I'd take it. I think so, though, man. I mean, if they make the right moves, you know, I think so.
Listen, a lot of mock drafts that I've seen for that's out there, and you know, we'll talk mock drafts. A lot of the mock drafts that I've seen had either the Ravens landing Quentin Johnston, which is like perceived the number 1 wide receiver in the draft. Then you got Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, and then maybe Zay Flowers, which I doubt they'd go Zay Flowers' way because he is a shorter wide receiver. But you do get some height with Jackson Smith and Jordan Addison. And I think Jordan Addison is the best wide receiver. But with Quentin Johnson, he's 6'4", dude is 215. He's like a T. Higgins, but physically gifted better than T. Higgins, right? Yeah. He's faster. If I'm not mistaken, he's probably faster than T. Higgins. So that'd be a nightmare to deal with as far as the Ravens go with him, because we already got to deal with George Pickens, which is a freak of nature. Like at the Steelers, like I like George Pickens. I don't like he played for the Steelers. So I don't like that he played for the Steelers. So obviously, I don't know. I don't think that Lamar is going to play on a franchise tag. This is just me.
Yeah.
I don't think he want to risk it 2 years in a row, because if he get injured again, it's 3 years injured, and another team is going to be like, I ain't about to pay you that much, but you've been injured 3 years in a row.
Yeah. And honestly, right? So if they franchise him and he sits out, which he can definitely do that. Yeah. Right. If Deshaun Watson just came back after how long was he out for? You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
like,
But I
yeah,
feel like the Browns was desperate though. Browns was
they
desperate because
they
you
were
got
definitely
Lamar
desperate.
Jackson, you got Joe Burrow,
But it
and
was
then
teams. It wasn't just the Browns. I mean, the
you're
Browns
right. It
only
was a lot of teams.
wanted
You're
to
right.
pay him, but it was teams that would have.
You're right.
There
It
was
was like
plenty of
5
teams
teams
that
that
would have
won
picked
it.
him up. Yeah, yeah.
Like 5
So
teams that won it.
Lamar, I would, and he's not toxic like Deshaun Watson. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's poison that you brought in and
That's
gave
a
200
fact.
some odd million. So
It's a fact.
nah, Dan, I'm right there with you. Like that's why I answered it like
Dude,
this.
Lamar
If it
got
was me,
commercials?
Lamar,
I don't think
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think
he
I
has
got
some
seen a
commercials.
commercial. Well, I don't really watch TV like that, so I can't really say that. I can't say that. Don't crucify me in the comment section. I don't really watch TV like that, so
Yeah.
I don't know if he got
I
commercials.
think he is. I do think he is.
Yeah.
But not Dan, you definitely right.
Charles said, what about Hyatt from Tennessee? I
No.
like Hyatt. I was just watching tape on Hyatt today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying that he falls into the second round. If we don't go tight end first round, maybe we can draft him in a second. I did see some mock drafts where he fell to the third, and we do need a Tyler Boyd replacement next year. We can get ahead of it by getting him this year, but Hyatt, go look at his tape, bro. Him and Hooker, they was balling, bro.
Yeah.
He was balling. He was killing.
No,
I know that's your team, but he was killing Alabama, bro. He was torching Alabama. So
it was a rough year.
I like Hyatt. I like Hyatt. Hyatt is a dog. He got that dog in him.
No, for sure.
He definitely got that dog in him.
For sure.
But so while we're talking about some dogs, we got the 2024 MVP odds, which was posted today via BetMGM. And as y'all can see, this kind of goes with the statements that I've been saying all year. And there's no shot at the NFC, man. There's no shot at the NFC. But you know where I'm going with this?
This is disrespectful.
You know where I'm going with this? You know exactly where I'm going with this one, right?
Hold on. If Tua and Jalen gonna be tied, Jalen at least need to be ahead of him. Like, put him first. Like the disrespect. This is AFC.
Yo, like I've been saying it, right? And listen, what I've been saying is no disrespect.
Oh my
but
God.
AFC got the quarterbacks, NFC got the rosters. And as we can see in the Super Bowl, right? Which my cousin wants us to talk about so much. I think that quarterback matters, yo. I think that quarterback matters. Like I think the quarterback could arise above the roster.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes showed that. And as you guys can see, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got your boy Joe Shiesty, you got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, and the lone NFC quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Look, man, one quarterback from the NFC.
Danny Dimes.
Oh my
Danny
God.
Dimes.
Boy came in.
Danny Dimes.
Oh, no.
Danny Dimes.
Bro,
that's all.
You need to go back and do what you was doing.
You got some homework to do.
Danny Dimes. Nope.
Oh man.
But like I was saying, as you can see, look, this just again, no shout out to the NFC, but this just goes with everything I've been saying. The quarterbacks is in the AFC. And as y'all can see, my boy Joe Shiesty is tied for one. Like, and they disrespected my boy. He ain't getting out one vote.
It's a three-way tie.
Y'all gave he number one to me. Okay. He number one to me because he's better than Josh Allen. All right. But speaking of Josh Allen, they gave Josh Allen a vote. Joe Burrow don't have a chip on his shoulder this year. The chip is his shoulder. Guarantee you that money.
Hopefully it's a stale chip so it don't fall apart. You know them stale chips, because if it's a fresh one, it's gonna.
That's a fact. I think it'll crack soon as you just open the bag. Like,
I can't debate it, right? Like, I mean, I'd say I could definitely say that there's a few that I would put over Tua, but Tua's in there, which I get it because of his weapons.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't. It's crazy that they got Tua up there. I mean, somebody on this stream.
I'll be honest, I would put Dak above Tua.
Somebody on this stream was talking about Tua was supposed to be the MVP, but
and then he got hurt.
I would put Dak. I mean, even
put Dak above Tua. I would put Dak above Tua. If there's one NFC quarterback that I will put in this list, especially above Tua, will be Dak Prescott.
I think next year Dak is going to look a whole lot different.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will say this too. I will say this. Probably going to be the one time I say it because we're in off-season mode. Daniel Jones should definitely. I might even put, if he's got the weapons, I could put him over Tua. Tua's just not it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not what everybody thought he was going to be. Right. He was a better college quarterback than he is an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, 100%.
So Jalen Hurts is it, I'm guessing, because he could run.
Out of all the quarterbacks, yes, he would be you got Josh Allen, but Josh Allen got the arm too. He got arm talent.
I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't have no issue with the top three. Three.
Yo, and I'll be honest with you. I think they only put Jalen Hurts in here to not be AFC biased.
That's true.
No, think about it, because you can easily, especially at 1,200, but you can put another AFC quarterback in place of Jalen Hurts.
You can put anybody.
You can literally put any other quarterback in there. There's a couple of quarterbacks you can put in there.
You can put Derek Carr in there. He don't even got a team.
He don't even got a team. Boy unemployed. Boy unemployed.
Oh.
Because you can easily put Trevor Lawrence right there. Take Jalen Hurts, I'll put Trevor Lawrence right there.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
So,
for sure. What you were saying, you said you go with the top three. What you saying about the bottom three?
MVP odds? Not top 10 quarterback, but MVP odds.
Yeah, just MVP.
Aaron Rodgers have to go in there.
He don't even
I'll put Aaron Rodgers.
I can't put Aaron Rodgers in there.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what team he got. He always have a shot besides his current team, apparently. Most likely, Aaron Rodgers is going to go. See, look, even Charles said it. Yeah, see?
Yeah, but
ever.
You make him ball out for the last 8 games, but MVP is a year.
He had
ball out for the year award.
Didn't he have back? He had back-to-back or no?
He won it back-to-back. He won it back-to-back.
Right. He got it because he's a regular season quarterback.
That's a fact.
He's gonna ball out in the season, and then when playoff time come, he disappears.
The only reason why I count him out right now is because he's literally in a cave right now, contemplating.
Nah, he came out. He came out. He came out.
He didn't come out yet. He
was on Pat McAfee.
Now, I remember he always do that. But he ended and said, "Now on to darkness."
Oh,
it didn't even start yet for him.
Okay.
So I think he was waiting until after the Super Bowl, to be honest.
We gotta see what happens on that. I think this list is made for like right now before any of the other movement. You know, all these quarterbacks is with their teams.
It's definitely gonna change.
Yeah.
Well, if this is on right now, I would just take Tua out.
And that's
Justin
what
Herbert. Justin Herbert got Sean Payton. So
I don't know. For
Justin Herbert don't got Sean Payton.
I'm taking out.
No, he doesn't. Justin Herbert will be out of there for me too.
Yeah, I'm taking out Justin Herbert.
No,
Justin Herbert and Tua.
No, listen. Justin Herbert is in there because Kellen Moore is going to throw the ball 60 times again. I told y'all.
Well, look,
I gotta make sure I get that.
If we talking about that, then
but he's about to lose his wide receivers. Yeah, he's about to lose them.
He's about to lose.
Allen went out.
Listen. Y'all not listening to me.
Kellen Moore is about 50 attempts a game.
Y'all not
it doesn't matter who.
It does not matter.
You know from first hand.
Dak just lost Amari Cooper, and Kellen Moore was still trying to throw the ball 40 times a game. So they could be out there with four running backs at the wide receiver position. It's going to be a pass play. Trust me. Listen, I'm flipping this in the last time I said it. Justin Herbert is going to be in the MVP conversation.
I believe it.
Because of this. It's not because of his play. It's because of his offensive coordinator.
Yo, if Justin Herbert is
in
the run for the NFL MVP, again, that's just my bias. The bias in me just makes it even better. So we don't got to deal with Patrick Mahomes then, because that means Justin Herbert is winning games, and we don't play that division this year. So they can do what they got to do until we get meet into the playoffs.
Look, Charles just said this, but even if Aaron Rodgers is staying where he's at, now he got some type of camaraderie with his wide receivers.
Yeah.
He still is over.
Nah, he definitely going to the Jets. I got him going to the Jets, bro.
Listen.
I remember weeks ago I said he's going to follow a former captain and go to the Jets.
He goes to the Jets, is he going to be in top 3?
Nah. Because remember, even Tea Time even said you can't just plug and play, right? They're gonna compete. He may not be MVP caliber, but they may be winning games.
Yeah.
I don't like to bring up this dude, but Tom Brady.
It's a little
Plug
different.
and play next year.
Nah,
What
Tom
happens?
Brady a
Super
little bit
Bowl.
different. Tom Brady a little different.
That's different.
That's a different dog right there.
He came into 3 number 1
The
receivers.
perfect.
Right.
He came into the perfect
in a near
situation.
number 1 defense.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown.
And they had the best
remember,
tight end.
The year that he went there, they drafted the best tackle in the draft.
Yeah.
And he had the second best tight end or the third best tight end, and Gronk, even though he was still old, Gronk still was killing that first season. He was killing.
So thank you, fellas. You guys are the best in-depth in the NFL analysts for all 32 teams. You touch bases on all of them. Great work. Yeah, that's a fact. Even though this is super biased sports, we definitely don't just talk about one team. We definitely like to talk about everybody team because that matters. Unless you're the bonnet, everything is Giants. Like
no, I give other teams respect. I gave the leader respect for getting there. But not for doing nothing.
Yo,
can't give up respect for the L.
Respect, Charles. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you for rocking with us.
Big facts. Hey, Charles, pull up to every live stream, man. Charles, don't think that we don't know this, man.
Oh, and be in the comments.
And be active. Like
I'm talking about like videos, not just
that's
these.
a fact too. Active. Charles, we appreciate you. Don't think that it don't go unnoticed, my guy. We trust me. We appreciate you. We see you every time you pull up. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
We love it. We love it. We love it.
All right. So look, speaking of odds, since we on the topic, it's good to have Bonnie here because if I'm not mistaken, his
don't tell me this is Super Bowl odds.
Yes, sir. Good.
I see this.
Super Bowl odds. Like, look. Let me break it down to you like this. I'm gonna let you cook, Ramon. I'm gonna let you cook, but I just want to preface this by saying this: if your team is not on the left side of the column, you can't really tell me something that I'm convinced, right? So if your team is not on the left side of the column,
we made it.
If your team is not on the left side of the column, don't tell me no junk about no past Super Bowls, okay? Let me know about right now and today.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you do your thing, but
hold on. Before you do his thing, I'm over here like this.
You are on the right side, okay? You're on the right side of the list. Like you're on the wrong side of the list. So I'm gonna put that out there.
Do your thing. Go ahead.
So I just want to get this correct. Jaguars are better than the Giants.
Yes.
Lions are better than the Giants.
Yes.
Jets are better than the Giants.
Yes.
Rams are better than the Giants. Miami is better than the Giants. Broncos is better than the Giants. Sean Payton just went there, but we got the coach of the year. And Cleveland, the Doo-Doo Browns are better than the Giants. So all of them, this whoever made FanDuel, that's why they lose a lot of money.
Talk that talk, George.
That's why they lose all this money because it's stupid. This is a stupid list.
Yo, look. So look at this, right? So I will say
we got more cap than all those teams on the left side, probably besides 3.
I will say that other than the Jets and the Lions, every quarterback that's on that side of the list got a better quarterback than yours.
I don't believe
it. Watson is better than Danny, right?
There's only 2
quarterbacks that's not on that list that's not better than Danny.
Oh, my question is, who if you don't like where you at, where do you put y'all?
That's a good question. Because y'all not really tied with nobody other than the Vikings and the Raiders, as far as odds wise.
Me personally, I will put us under Green Bay.
That high?
Me personally, I'll put us under Green Bay.
Okay, so the Jaguars, they're in the running for winning their division next year.
Jags made it to the
and the Jags won their division.
Yeah.
Y'all finished 6th. So you think you're gonna be ahead of the Jags on this list?
Oh, we had a better record. I think we had one loss less than them.
But did not mean you didn't have a better record then.
Okay, one loss less than them. One.
Okay.
And we got robbed on like 3 games.
Yeah, I don't look. I'm just going.
Are you a Philly fan?
What?
That's what you sounding like right now.
Nah. Calls are calls that are calls is correct. I said, you know what? I'm gonna pull up that image. Y'all can tell me if that's a hole or not, but I'll do that later. But with this, yeah, I'll put us under the Packers or under the Jags. It'll be in that.
Okay.
It would be in that area.
See, my only thing is with Green Bay being right there, right? Like if Rodgers is not there,
right?
That's Green Bay is on the right side of this list.
Green Bay is down there to 28.
My thing is, even if Rodgers is there, I'm putting the Lions ahead of them. I'm going to put the Vikings ahead of them, and then I'm definitely going to put the Dolphins ahead of them, and the Broncos, and I'm going to put the Rams ahead of them. I mean, think about it. The Rams,
Green Bay is way too high on this list.
Matt Stafford injured, and Cooper Kupp is injured.
Yeah,
they dealt with injuries.
If you look at this, it's literally quarterback driven. Unfortunately, until it gets to the Cowboys. No, I'm not even being because Lamar Jackson, and then we see that I'm not even trying to shoot any type of shots.
Yeah.
No, I'm really not. The thing is, I actually like.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been waiting for him to say the Cowboys. I was waiting for it.
It was on his list.
But the thing is, I have us under the Cowboys.
So
I didn't
wait,
say above the
Ravens.
No. We're not ahead of the Ravens. No, I will have us in that Green Bay, Jacksonville area.
Oh, so you're saying Dallas should move down?
No. Dallas is good where they are because they got the defense.
Yeah.
And we don't know how that offense play call is about to be.
Now. They got offense too.
No, they have a good offense, but we don't know how it's going to be called now.
That's true.
But he is coaching for his top 2.
We do know how it's going to be called. We do. We about to run the ball, play action pass.
Yep.
Not all of that. Not four curl routes and all of that. Like now we do know.
But is Pollard going to be the same person that he was?
Honestly, I'll be real. It doesn't. We still have Malik Davis as a running back, and it's really a lot of people are saying that Dallas is going after Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, it's a lot of young running backs. Look, and that's why I asked that question earlier in the chat because I was looking at some mocks. Bijan was falling right to y'all.
Yeah,
and I'm like, if there's one team that values the production of a running back, and they know that they don't want to get rid of Zeke because he's a great pass blocker.
Yeah,
and all you need is another running back that can hit the edges.
I feel like we're gonna move. I feel like we're gonna use Zeke in a Kyle Juszczyk type deal. He's gonna be a more of a fullback type guy, but you can still see him in the passing game heavy. Yep. So, excuse me. So we do know what Dallas is going to be, and I think that's the other reason why Dallas is where they are because our team is mainly staying intact. I mean, we got to make some moves. We got to do some, finagling the cap. But overall, Dallas is going to be right back in that same position. Like again, y'all know how I am. I don't talk Super Bowl, but we're definitely going to be. That's a playoff spot.
Right. And I agree. Look, I agree with everything there. I was just talking about how they just always have it quarterback heavy. The only reason why Green Bay is there is because they're quarterback.
Yeah. With Rodgers gone, Green Bay goes into that Atlanta area, Tampa Bay area. What I mean? Like,
I will put them in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers area because
and then San Fran is only there because they coach.
You ain't lying.
And the defense.
You ain't lying.
But some of the people
you ain't lying.
Are going to move out anyway. It's because they coach. Which is
crazy.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not even arguing the Bills.
Now look, I was just about to say that. Now the Bills.
I wouldn't have them that high. I would not have
and I
them that
wish Pedro
high.
was here to defend his team, but bruh,
I don't.
what did
I
the Bills
don't.
show us that they 850?
I do not have
They
the
didn't
Bills
show-
there. I would
Didn't
put the
y'all just
Bills
knock them
below the
out with
Cowboys.
ease?
Bro, we beat them by 17 points. 11, I mean.
It should have
So-
been. It felt like
Should have been
30.
11.
It
And
felt
it
like
could have
30.
been worse.
Yeah, no way. I didn't even peep Buffalo at number 2.
Yeah,
I didn't
Well,
really see it until just now.
bro. And the thing that make me irritated is they tried to run the story last year, bro. Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, and I'm like, wait, didn't we just go to the Super Bowl? Like,
Buffalo's window is really close to being closed, not closing.
bro, they potentially gonna lose Jordan Poyer this year. Like this offseason, Jordan Poyer might not
The Bills don't pay defensive players like that.
They don't.
They do not.
But
They
you know
also
what
don't
it is,
care
though?
about running back.
I honestly think that the Bills is up there because Von Miller coming back. But this is Von Miller coming off an ACL. And he's older.
He's 30, 37 or something like that.
He up there.
Because remember, they was like number 1 when they got Von. They shot up to number 1 odds to win the Super Bowl. And it was like, as soon as they beat the Chiefs in September, they already crowned them kings. Like,
Yeah, but even with Von, they wasn't really. I mean, what was they doing?
And Von Miller was there.
I ain't gonna lie, when Von Miller was there, they was up there and leading the league as far as quarterback pressure.
Yeah, but they were still losing games.
I don't know. I mean, it took Miami into a valiant effort just to even beat them boys. Like,
No. Remember, Miami beat them game 1 with Tua.
No, remember they played the Rams game 1.
No. I'm saying Miami
The
beat
first
them.
game.
Oh yeah, Miami beat them.
First game, and Tua had a concussion, and Von Miller was in the game.
That's
So
okay.
I don't know. I'm not a Bills hater by any means.
I'm not a Bills hater.
Yeah, I don't know why
I'm not a Bills hater, but Brian Daboll, since he's left, the turnovers is going to continue to go up.
You ain't lying.
And we see what happened.
They don't have a running game.
Yo, my boy K said Falcons plus 599. Stop it. You know what though? Yo, big shout out to K. That's the homie of the show. But
he got him as the favorite.
He got him as the favorite.
Oh, I just peeped that. You better add some zeros behind that.
Yo, the fact that the Colts is at 28,000 though, like, dang.
They went from contenders to pretenders in a matter of
literally, yeah, 1 season. Yep. Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, nah. I got like my only gripe against this list is the Buffalo Bills. Not even that they're ahead of my team. This is they're ahead of the Eagles and my team.
The
and
thing
the 49ers.
is, I would even technically, to be honest, I would even have Eagles up there. Mainly because they're gonna lose a lot of players. No, like you were saying on Sunday, our conference don't have repeaters as the best team in our conference. And this year is the Giants year that's coming up.
So just like that, huh?
Oh no, it's that time.
Make it happen then.
It's that time. That's all. That's the only thing we got to do now is make it happen. That's the only thing we got to do to make it happen.
Well, look, I will say this:
three teams going.
I will say this:
3 teams going, but
I will say this: and this is no shot at any of the teams or the coaches in the NFC East, right? As far as coaches, I got Brian Daboll, the better coach out of the other 3, but I got the Cowboys and the Eagles is the better rosters. And
definitely. Right now, yes, I agree.
That can play either way, right? And I'm not saying
that.
I'm not saying Mike McCarthy is a slouch or anything. I just got Brian Daboll slightly above. No, and it'd be Brian Daboll, Mike McCarthy, then Nick Sirianni. Because Nick Sirianni gonna act without his 2 coordinators now. So because if we honest, the scheme that they're running now, they started running it last year towards the end of the season. That's how they got into the playoffs, which was done by that offensive coordinator. He's not there no more. So
yeah.
Like again, I agree. I agree, but with the Giants having so much cap space, and doesn't it supposed to be getting bumped up, or that's the next season, after next season?
No, it's this year. It's
This
this year.
year.
And it's getting bumped up, what, at 17 mil?
I think 16 mil.
Yep.
And people seen how the Giants was doing. Other players, let me say, seeing how the Giants was doing, they're going to want some of that action. They're going to. And we're going to make some trades.
Honestly, I think y'all are going to be in the same position the Jaguars were in, where you just going to have to, in order for you to change the culture in your roster,
you're going to have to pay
shelf out a lot of money. Because that was us back in 2020, right, when we drafted Joe Burrow.
Yo, you know what I heard?
Defense.
I heard today, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Greg Jennings. Somebody said if he's the Giants GM, he's letting Saquon go.
I would too.
I would tag him.
No.
I would let him go.
Let him go.
I will let him go.
That money elsewhere.
Yeah.
And if that happens, I could then if that's going to give y'all some real money. Like I don't see it happening for y'all with Saquon and Daniel Jones, only because if y'all keep both of them, so much of y'all money is tied up between those two that is going to handicap y'all from being able to do anything else. So it's like, I mean, somebody's got to get franchised. And even still, if you franchise Daniel Jones, that means that you plan. I mean, I'm sorry, not Daniel Jones. If you franchise Saquon,
that's what,
that means you plan to pay Daniel Jones a lot of money.
Yep.
That means you plan to pay him a lot of money. So
think about it like this: what teams has that dynamic running back quarterback duo combination that's really causing mismatches throughout the league? None. Like, you need a good wide receiver and or a good tight end.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way you're gonna kill them zones or whatever. Because even nowadays, teams put their wide receivers in the backfield at running back now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of them things where if I'm them, I'm letting him go because I can find another wide receiver. And what have your coaching staff has showed us that they can do in the past? Brian Dabble came from Buffalo. They just had a good quarterback. They ain't have no good running back since Marshawn. And even then, maybe Shady McCoy, right? They haven't had that guy, right?
Yeah.
So they showed us, hey, I got a good quarterback. I know how to make things happen. I don't need the premier running back. I got 2 or 3 running backs that can get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. Get him out of here.
Nah, well, Saquon, I don't, because he's the heart of that team, so to speak.
I don't know. That may be injured for a couple of years. What heartbeat is that?
It's a business, man.
It's a business.
Oh, exactly. And for it to be a business, people get it mad because Lamar Jackson is not folding. I don't understand that. Look what they just did to Carr. They're like, well, that money is not guaranteed because I'm cutting you now.
That's a fact. I don't blame Lamar.
Hey, come on.
Get your money, man.
Yeah. No, that can't. Lamar came up earlier. We was talking about him for a little bit. And, no, I agree, man. Like, you got to go get, not even just because, people take like, oh, go get your money, like, oh, sign the franchise tag. It's like, nah, I need my guarantees. Like,
I need my guarantees.
I need my insurances. I need to know that I'm good. Like,
my tomorrow is not promised in this league. I've been injured for multiple years.
Yeah. So,
but he played more than 90%. He played more than 90% of the games. That's the funny thing. He played like 91% of the games.
And you see what happened right after Dak's injury. You know what I mean? Like, it affects him. Like, he's just now getting to the point of like running. You know what I mean? And still, you like when Dak takes off and run and he gets tackled, I'm like, oh,
right. That's how I feel about Joe Burrow.
Yeah, so it's like, nah. And Joe too. Joe's another. He got hurt early, so it's like when it's time, which is time now. Like, if I'm Joe, like, yo, I need that big check.
Yeah.
I need the big one.
Yeah. I won't be surprised if Joe get that bag.
Yeah.
So who's gonna get paid more? Question: Joe Burrow or Jalen Hurts?
I think I will say this. I think Joe Burrow gonna get paid more just because when you think about it, right? and this just
Yep.
this just happened with that. But also, when the last time there has never been a time where a running quarterback has won the Super Bowl, right? So teams value that prototypical quarterback play style, right? Because clearly it wins, right? It hasn't been the last two
Mahomes
quarterbacks
had almost 50 rushing yards.
Look,
Wasn't too far off Hurts.
So put a dollar. That's true. Put a dollar value on it. What is he getting a year? I don't even care like overall. Just what do you think he's going to sign for a year?
who, Joe or Hurts?
Joe.
Well,
He gonna be up there in near that 50. When the contract actually kicks in, he's gonna be up near that 50.
But see, if you think about it, his base salary might only be like $8 million. Because all that money can be bonus. So that doesn't hit the cap.
But still, at some point,
within 2 years, it'll hit the cap because you can.
That's what's going on with that.
You could do the signing bonus to where, because this is what happened with Josh Allen. You could do the signing bonus to where the first 2 years don't hit the cap crazy, but that third year, boom, and that's what's gonna happen with the Bills. Him and Stephon Diggs, they're about to take up about I think like
that's
almost
isn't
$50
that
million
happening to them right now?
Huh?
Isn't that happening to Buffalo right now?
That's exactly what's happening to Buffalo right
That's what
now.
happened to Saints.
Yeah, it's literally what's happening to the Buffalo
screwed.
Bills right now. This year, Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen is about to kill the cap hit. Like, boom.
Yeah,
that's why
I think Joe's going to get paid more.
What, Tom Brady? They always
I think Joe's going to get paid more.
Right then. Right after that third year, they always restructured.
I don't know why they was restructuring Tom Brady. He was playing for $200 a year. Like,
the Patriots are under investigation because they think that he's getting paid through TB12. Because the organization, what's his name, started it up for Tom Brady. Most likely he was. Hey,
I won't be surprised. Look, if it's one organization that I can trust to find a loophole in the system, it will be New England. I'm looking for it. I have all confidence that they will just make it work.
That's Trump's organization, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yo.
By any means, they will make it happen. So
that's a fact.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's a big fact. Oh, man.
But I do see.
Oh.
Do y'all think another division is going to have 3 people in it in the playoffs?
That's a good question, man. Yeah, no, it's a good question because this is before the offseason starts in draft. So, yeah, I think if it's one division that will have 3 suitors, let me see.
Is it the AFC East? I would say.
AFC, I don't know. That's if Aaron Rodgers goes there, yes.
Yep, right. No, if Aaron Rodgers goes, yeah. If not, if Aaron Rodgers don't go there, then no. Then I think it might be y'all again. I definitely can see y'all making it happen again. Just because it's hard though.
Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I can see y'all doing it again. I don't know about the AFC because the AFC, man, it's like good teams in almost. It's like at least 2 or 3 good teams. 2 good
teams or 2 good quarterbacks in every conference.
Yeah, because Trevor Lawrence, I feel like he's gonna run away with the AFC South, but with the AFC East, North, and West, bro, it's at least 3 teams that's good in each one of those divisions. So,
right,
yeah,
it's gonna be tough. I gotta really look into. I gotta look into our schedules, man.
Yeah,
start getting that all.
I mean, the good thing about it is the opponents is out. So
that's when I could look through and see.
Right.
But right now we just know who we playing, just don't know when.
Y'all play the AFC East, man. So we should be able to go to some games now.
If it's in December though, when it's snowing, I don't think I'm going.
Look, me and Dev was talking about it today. She was like, she said, Dad was supposed to play Buffalo. I said, yeah, I'll go to it, but not if it's cold.
Look, we see my boy Pedro out there.
Cold, okay, but like blizzard type stuff.
Out there, so we might got to do it, man. We might got to do it.
Unless I'm staying out in Buffalo the next day. If it's like
that's not even a drive. Like, stop it.
No, I'm talking about, but the snow. if it snows, you know
Yeah.
how
If
it's
it's
about to
snow,
get.
I'd donate my ticket to somebody because I ain't going to sit in nobody's snow.
Yeah,
That
it's
ain't
gonna be
working.
interesting to see when them games come out, cuz.
And then
I'll
we
be
didn't really have snow this year.
Oh, it's gonna be nasty next year.
Oh yeah.
It's
Like,
gonna be nasty next year.
so
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we about to get the boat back out soon.
yo,
Yo,
it's supposed to be 60
I ain't
this
gonna
week.
lie. Yo,
2 days.
that sun was smacking today. And I was sitting in front of the door like this. Like I was on my
so-
Ramon.
Yeah, I went outside to let my dog out, and usually I throw my hoodie on, and I'm like trying to throw my jacket on. I was like, "Oh, it's nice out here." I just walked, hooked them up, did my thing. Like, it was definitely nice out. It's supposed to, it's supposed to be 60s for the next 2 days. So
That's ridiculous, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that means next year we're gonna get crazy
Man.
snow.
Yeah, the groundhog seen its thing or whatever. So what? Next week's supposed to be the last week of winter, if we go by that tale.
I don't know. I just go by however it looks outside.
But how it's been looking, it looks like
I don't even listen to the weather.
I don't even look at the weather, bro.
Because the sun has been up longer now, and it's super early for that.
Yeah,
I'm with it though. I can't wait for that time to come back though.
Yeah.
I like when it's 5 a.m. and the sun is up.
Yeah.
But
look, I think it's dope that y'all play the AFC East because that's at least 2 or 3 games that definitely can be in the works of like putting together. And you know me, I like pulling up. If I could pull up to the Bills game with a Bengals jersey, I'm gonna do it. Like play them next year. So.
And they tickets so cheap compared to like Dallas. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm with it. Like they season tickets is a couple $200. Yeah,
come on now.
So
Dallas tickets was like a car note, bro. Like, oh my gosh, like, it was worth the trip because it was, I had a good time. But like, I definitely was like,
Jerry got paid.
I was contemplating some things.
But like, if you think about it, if it was like $500 a ticket, that stadium was filled.
Yes,
I'm just saying. Whatever that say, how much did they bring in that day? Almost probably.
They got the bag. Because the crazy thing about it is
on Madden,
everybody wasn't even in their seats. It was filled in the walkways.
Right.
Like
standing, the standing seats only was filled up.
Packed. Like
yeah. No, listen, Jerry is making money from that stadium.
Got the private clubs in there.
And if you think about it, man, because in Madden, you might bring in 15 mil a week. And that's
they're getting that bag, bro. They're getting that bag. You definitely got to get out there, though. You definitely got to get out there, Bonnet. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed myself. The stadium is nice. Would have been nice to walk out with a dub, but you can't win them all. But the experience, definitely worth it. Definitely.
And listen, Jerry making that bag because that AC was kicking in there,
bruh. It's cool, yo. When you walk in the door, you walk out from like hot Texas weather. You walk in the door, you be like, "Thank God I'm inside." Like,
I had to put a jacket on the inside. Like,
you open the door, that thing like whoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is it.
No, it's definitely.
I will say this though, I think the Phoenix arena was cooler. Phoenix felt cooler.
It's huge.
Phoenix felt cooler. I felt like I'm glad that I had my jacket on when we was in Phoenix.
Oh, you talking about the ball game? I was chilly. It was cold.
Yes.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Phoenix, but think about it though. What do an NBA arena fit? 20, 30,000 people, if that? I think it's like 20,000.
Yeah, probably.
Cowboy Stadium can fit over 100.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's a lot of AC right there.
That's a lot of AC.
A lot of AC right there.
That boy got clubs and restaurants and all that. Like
that AC bill right there.
All of that.
That AC bill alone for that the electric bill for one game.
Nah, they make it all up in parking.
He get discount.
They don't worry about that. $100 parking. They make it all up in parking.
Just parking. $100.
$100, bro.
I think that was the cheap. I think that was the cheap. I think it was like $2.
Yes, the $100 was the cheap area.
We was like, we just gonna go there early and park. They was like, nah, you need a parking pass. Well, all right, we'll see how much.
Yeah, most teams, because even the Bills do parking pass.
200, but I'm thinking like amusement park, right? Like you pull up, give old boy $20 and you in there,
right?
Nah, $200, $150, $200. I was like, yeah, we got to get this.
We
nice
all
Uber.
carpooling.
I'm like, yo, that bag is a little different over there in,
Take
over
a
in
Uber.
Dallas because they charging. They was charging.
Uber is the worst part though. Like going is not bad.
Walk.
Yeah.
Uber pulled us right up to the front door. Boom, dropped us off.
Yep.
It was good. I mean, I'm not the front door, the front gate. Leaving, they like,
Hell.
nah, you got to walk 3 miles down here.
It was
and you
hell.
still got to. It was terrible. We almost
Bro,
didn't make it to what is it called?
Dinner?
Golf. Nah, what is it?
Top Golf. Remember,
Golf.
we showed up late.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
Mike, we didn't get an Uber till almost 2 hours after the game.
Now, see, you got to order that Uber fourth quarter.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter,
It was
bro.
the traffic.
It was the traffic was hell.
Yeah.
Like hell.
Yeah.
How much was the Uber to the place?
Going was cheap. Leaving, crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, leaving because you don't see.
I would rather have parked if I was there because I spent more in the Uber there in Quebec.
That Uber driver is still eating off that paper.
No, because you know what? It is supposed to do Uber driving, dropping people off to the clubs. Cool, but when that let out hit, everybody's ordering the Uber, so the prices from here to like the church. What's that? 3 miles, maybe.
Yeah.
Normally, that's what, a $10. That surcharge, that's almost a $50 ride.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
So I know y'all had to pay.
Listen,
they made good money off us.
Texas, the state of Texas, made real good off of us.
That's a fact.
Everywhere, the mall.
You know how they be saying like, "Yo, Dallas owes me nothing." Nah, I need some of my coins back.
No.
I need a little bit.
I'm
of that
invested.
Back,
I'm invested into the state at this point. Like,
I'm an integral part of the economic.
I gotta own some stock. I gotta have some stock somewhere.
I'm an integral part of the economy now.
Yeah,
like.
big time. No. But no, we definitely
find a way
gotta
to
do
walk.
it. We definitely gotta hit up these stadiums this year.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Cool.
Definitely got to get some games.
We gotta have that SBS on the move.
Facts.
So that's gonna be dope. That's dope. But now, man, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is. It's a Super Bias Sports Show, a place where a fan can be a fan, no matter how biased their takes are. Like, comment, hit that notification bell. We appreciate y'all. And subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. It's your boy T-Time, Big Houday in the bonnet, and we out of here, y'all.